longer as transparent as what I'm used to. That is what this industry is missing. And so, no legacy, no liability, day zero. Okay. If something is finished and they're trying to drag you along with free shit, stay away. Stay away. Because paying full price is the only way you get ahead. Because no one can say anything about anyone when the value is the value. So I just want to reiterate that when I work with people, it doesn't matter what position they're in, they are here to sign a deal where no money is exchanged. I'm not paying them, and they're not paying me. Because you know what? When you have super smart people and super wealthy people together, we're not asking each other to prove ourselves or themselves to each other. We're asking each other to spend the most valuable thing together. Okay? And that is time. That is time. When you lock a bunch of super smart people and super wealthy people together in a room, no money is exchanged, but all the knowledge is exchanged. And when that happens, you know what the super smart people and super wealthy people do? They leave that locked room and then they just take money from the market. So we have to understand the market needs opportunities, but the opportunities are only available for those who are able to protect themselves from the hype, because have fear when people get greedy, and get greedy when everyone is fearful. You need to be anti-cyclical, because when you are against the cycle, you have the most to benefit. So as long as you are against the cycle and you're in a transparent environment, diversify, but also go all in. And don't hesitate.
I love that, Sam. And I think that's why Vend is a great thing, because you can diversify within one place.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that is why it is important for us to make sure that everything is on the shelves on day one. Okay? Because what we need to make sure is we come into a market that is educated, that realize each and every single product is independent to each other.
Yes.
A supermarket does not go bankrupt when one product disappears.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that people understand the difference between a product on the shelf and the platform it's on. And once people understand the difference, then we could repeat this day zero investment mentality that leads to us guaranteeing our 1x and, of course, riding the wave towards a guaranteed end where we celebrate.
Makes sense to me. You guys getting this?
I was going to message you, Kirsten, if I can talk to you about this later
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
in
yeah.
private again.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Sam, can I just reiterate or just get it in my head? So then I get as supermarket, and each project. Oh, each project is a product within the vending machine, and I totally get that. Is there kind of like, I know you're trying to get people to understand how to use it correctly. Is there like a time frame or anything like that where you think people will have understood it correctly to move on to, like, for them to move on? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, look, if we look at the statistics, the problem with Vend is the products launched one after another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so usually first mover advantage means that the first product that is able to gather the most momentum will just launch and take the most market share. It is proven that the first product has taken over 60% market share. Even Vend packages was just, I think, 16%.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else, the other 5 products, was all fit within 20% of the market share. So what happens? Everybody looks at the store shelf, right? And then, you know what? When things move towards an end, when things move towards an expiry date, what happens? At the end, everybody knows that the product that is approaching the end will do sales. Okay, they will discount in order to drive the product out the window. That's just how it works in the real world, because the store is there, but the people who are in the store realize, oh, well, this has been around for long enough. You know, like a hot album that was released 3 weeks ago. They just cannot sell the way it released in the first couple of days. So what happens? Discounts, bundles, everything. And so what results is people are able to get more in a shorter period of time, but with an understanding that it might be off the shelf soon. So when the hottest product is 60% of the market share of sales, all of a sudden disappears off the shelf. What do you think happens? Everybody thinks the supermarket's closing. So when the message wasn't communicated clearly, it just meant that everybody feels that since the supermarket's closing, they better get their gift cards redeemed and then leave.
Mm.
So the cycle really needs to be involving people who are a little bit more educated, understanding the difference between a product and a platform. A supermarket is a platform. A product's just something that sits on the shelf. So when we do, okay, calm the 40,000+ people who are subscribed to Vend down, okay, and they've all subscribed with a small amount of value or a low value package. Once we calm everyone down, everyone needs to understand, right, that a supermarket onboards new products whenever an old product disappears, it is not the end, because an end of a product means new products get space on the shelf in order to market and promote and grow to a new audience. And that is all I want to say.
Love it. Love that. Well, I think that's a great way to end the call, actually, with what you just said, because going forward, people that have been in this class for, I don't know how, the last 2 or 3 weeks, I know my thinking has definitely changed, and I can probably guarantee most people in this room has. And we can see the supermarket. We can see the supermarket and the products on the shelves. Yep. One product may be discontinued. There's going to be new products, and we've got to know that if we want to go in and it's a shiny new product, we go in on day 0. We get our principal, and then after we just, anything after that is gravy. Okay? Anything after that is gravy. And if there's no gravy, oh, well, we got our principal. Next shiny object. Well, that's my understanding, and I'm grateful for that understanding. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for being in the class today. And I look forward to our next class, and look forward to seeing what's coming out in the very near future. Next shiny product.
Yeah, and just make sure if you are bringing people, just bring them into the shiny product at the same time. It's always it's always great to do the Groupon thing, right? We all buy together.
Can I give you an example of Paul and I did this? This was us being very careful about who we bring in, right? We heard about VidiLook. I'll just give this as an example. We heard about VidiLook, and people were saying, oh, you're making heaps of money. And so we watched them for a little bit. Oh, yeah, it looks okay. Let's just go in and have a try ourselves. We're not going to tell anybody else. So we went in, and it worked. Like, we were like, this is great. Then we thought, we've got this big team of people that, we were in a platform with before. We'll just pay for them all to